Hello, hello, everyone. Hey, guys. All is well, and I hope the same for you all. And if you are joining me, um, say hi. Come on in. Say hey. Share the link. Subscribe. Um, and also, I'd like to invite you to follow me on Facebook at Katherine Holmes Jones or at Freedom Speaks at Seeks Freedom on Facebook. Um, I have been challenged. I have been dared to take part in a 7-day live YouTube challenge by Dr. Shamika Dean. And we are on day 3. I made it to day 3, y'all. So still a part of the challenge. So if you're on, welcome. Don't forget to share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also find me on Facebook, Katherine Holmes Jones, or my page, Freedom Speaks. So welcome. So today is Sunday, of course you know. So did you rest well? Did you get some word? Did you eat well? Because today's topic is about, well, I'm going to talk briefly about staying healthy while staying still, while staying at home. I know some of you guys are ready for all of this to be over with, but we're here and have to make the best of it. So I hope that all is well with everyone. All is well here. And like I said, I was dared by Dr. Shamika Dean to take part in a 7-day live YouTube challenge. And this is day 3. So here we go, day 3. And you can chat with me if you're on. Say hello. Hello, Ricardo. Hello, Phoenix Oasis, the Phoenix Oasis. Anybody else on? You can chat with me live in the box. So what did y'all have for lunch today? Healthy. Okay, so that's what I want to talk about today. I just want to actually just give you a few tips on how to stay healthy while, how to maintain good health during these times while you're at home, because it's kind of hard sometimes especially during the time where we're having to be home a lot more. It's too hard to not keep walking to the kitchen, and every few minutes, if you're not staying busy, you feel like you want to eat, like it's time to eat again. That's right, Phoenix, lots of food. And so I know I saw where so many people were buying the toilet tissue like crazy, but I know if they needed tissue, they were planning on eating. So I just want to give you a few tips on eating a little bit healthier and, trying to avoid all the knick-knacking and the snacking through the whole day, because sometimes when we think we're hungry when we're not, we just want to eat because it's in there. And I don't know why, but food just makes you happy. Y'all agree? Phoenix, food just makes you happy. I love to eat. So I had to learn to discipline myself to, learn to bypass some of that food that looks so good all the time. And sometimes we're not even hungry. Majority of the time, we're not even hungry. We just think we're hungry. And so I also, another thing that pushed me or that encouraged me to talk about health is because I also am a health and wellness coach. I also am the owner of Freedom Holistic Health and Wellness store in Cairo, Georgia, 1216 US Cairo. But I got into health because as a child, I was, a part of a big family. It was like 10 of us, 10 children. And I was the sickly one out of everybody. I was always sick. It was always something going on with me. I'm sick, sensitive to everything, food, some of everything. So I was the sickly child. And so as I got older, having gone through a couple of surgeries, and I had the surgery for scoliosis, and having taken different meds and this and that. I was just tired of all that stuff. And I was also tired of being sick. So your girl started doing some research. So I began to research everything health. And you know how it is when you're on a diet, y'all. You go to trying all kinds of stuff. Um, Sometimes being on those diets, not working. So of course I was at a much bigger weight than I am now. But at the time, going through stress and taking medications for pain, and then just eating all unhealthy, they take a toll on your health. So I decided to take my health into my own hands and do something about it. So I researched everything natural. I went back to the word. What does the word say about healthy? Because it is his desire to see us healthy. Um, Not only that we prosper and be in good health, but that our soul prospers as well. But healthy, good health, that includes us physically, because if we are not healthy, if we are sick, we are no good to anyone else. So um, I began to research, like I said, and I looked up everything healthy, everything what the word says about health, and everything naturally healthy. Because of course I grew up on a farm. Not only was I physically, but a part of a big family, but grew up on a farm. And so we had to learn a lot about that stuff. So I knew a lot of stuff that was healthy, but I also began to understand that everything that is healthy for some people is not healthy for everybody. I mean, it's always it's healthy, but everything good is not good for everybody. So, for an example, Phoenix, you may oranges are healthy. They're full of vitamin C. Um, you maybe you can handle oranges, they do nothing to you, but I may have an allergic reaction to oranges. So it is important that we not only learn what our body needs, but we have to know us as individuals and pay attention to the things that we eat and make sure that we're eating healthy, but not only eating healthy, but eating what's healthy for us. So like I said, I did research and I found out, I began to find out what was good for me. Um, what made me feel better, what made me feel good, what made me feel bad. And so a lot of times it was the unhealthy stuff, the sugars and the sweets and the starches, and some of that starch that it turns into sugar as soon as it gets inside of you. Um, and we begin gaining all this weight and wonder why. We want to eat everything fried and we want to eat everything flour, everything sweet, and all of that stuff is not necessarily healthy for us. It causes high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and not only that, a lot of times those things can be hereditary, the cholesterol and all of that, but we can change that. We can change our genetic destiny. We can change our health. We can do something about it. And so, just a little bit, I'm going to give you a few tips today on some things that you can do to um, stay healthy. And I'll tell you one of the main things that I decided it's not really a diet. We call it a diet, but it's not really a diet. It's basically eating healthy according to me. And so I found in my study and in my research that eating according to my blood type really worked well. And so I tried it, and then I backed away from it because I was used to buying all of the cheap we try to make our money stretch, make our penny stretch when we go in the grocery store. And a lot of times we'll buy vegetables and stuff, but we might buy them in cans, and we'll buy um, some quick fixes, and a lot of times it's some of the stuff that may not be as healthy, but we can get as healthy as we can, but trying to make a penny stretch and with a big family or so, sometimes we go a little bit on the other end. But when I became focused on eating healthy and I was eating for my blood type, um, it seemed a little bit expensive, but so I kind of stepped back a little bit, and then later on, I really got back into it head first because I discovered in just those 2 weeks of trying it, it worked well for me. I felt good. I felt better. I had the energy. I was losing weight. I could think clearly, and that mattered. So eating according to my blood type really worked for me, and I believe I am a firm believer that it works, and it'll probably work for everybody. But it depends on how much you are willing to invest in yourself. And so I was tired of being sick, and I was tired of always something. So I was like, hey, I don't care. I'll invest in myself. And it's really not that expensive once you get used to doing it and knowing what you can buy and creating a list and making sure you can get some of the main ingredients to being able to keep up, the habit of eating healthy. So um, that's what I decided to do. And it has worked tremendously for me. As far as, I don't take anything for pain. Everything I do is natural. And not that I don't go to the doctor either, because sometimes there have been times that I've gone and I was sent to this one and that one over there and back around to that one and just going around in circles. And I was just tired of all of that. So, I was like, hey, I'm about to do something different. And so what I do, I would go and I get, a diagnosis and even probably get a prescription that I know I wasn't going to take. And I go home and I research. And so I stick to the plan of eating healthy, because the majority of the time, if you eat healthy, all of the rest of the stuff can, it'll subside. And so I'm going to give you a few tips today, because I know I am guilty. I know it can be easy to not be able to pass by those cookies and pies and sweets and candy and chips. And sometimes we have those serious cravings, and especially, that's right, Phoenix, grease, that is not, it's just totally not. If you see it and know that it's like that on the inside of you, especially when it turns cold, that should make you not want to have it. But if you live with someone that eats differently from you, may eat a little bit more unhealthier, it's hard sometimes to pass by that stuff. And then all of a sudden, when you're trying to eat right, all of a sudden, everybody wants to offer you something that you don't need. So I am here to give you a few of those tips, healthy tips to remain healthy. Um, Number one, the first thing is, of course, eat healthy. Um, and eating healthy, like I said, sometimes some people, it may be a little bit more expensive, but it's worth it, because your health is an investment. You have to invest in your health, because, of course, like I said, if you're not any good for you, if you're unhealthy, you're no good for anybody else. And so we need to keep up our strength, especially those of us with children and, families, and we have businesses. We got to stay in health. We got to stay in good health. And so that's the first thing, eat healthy. And you may not always have the funds, for some people, to buy fresh, and buy frozen, vegetables and fruit and stuff like that. But we do the best that you can. If you're stretching a penny, there are still ways. If you're buying fruit cups and it's the ones with the syrup, pour the syrup off of them. I mean, do the best that you can with what you have to make sure that you fight to stay healthy. And um especially in these times when eating seems to be a main concern, because you're at home all the time, you're thinking, I need to eat, it's time to eat again, oh, is it time to eat again? Phoenix, I'm blood type O. And so I've learned everything I can tell you. And I actually, with all of the types, but especially with my type, I can tell you everything that you pretty much that you should and shouldn't have. And there are easier ways. And so, like I said, the first one, number one, was eating healthy. You can eat healthy and not take vitamins and still be able to be in pretty good health. Um, so I want to challenge you all to, every time you think you're hungry again, especially if you ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner, if you think you're hungry, go grab a little glass of water, go grab a couple of sips of water. And if it's a snack time in between, I mean, keep you some nuts on the standby, some little healthy nuts, some little. If you gotta have a cookie, don't eat 10 like you used to. Eat one or two, because I'm guilty. I was a cookie monster. If I could have what I wanted to eat and stay healthy, I would be eating cookies all of the time. I would be eating chocolate chip cookies, you name them. So, and I'll sit up there and not realize, before I know it, I have eaten a whole pack of cookies. Girl Scout cookies. Oh my gosh, I did it before. There was bought some Girl Scout cookies, and I was on my way home, and I was reaching over there to the side eating a cookie, and every now and then I eat a cookie again and just riding along, and next thing you know, I was reaching over there and I felt nothing but an empty bag, and I was like, oh my god, did I just eat all of those cookies? And I was so embarrassed. And I'm embarrassed, but I'm telling y'all the truth. That's what it does to you. You need to be, especially if you're not paying attention. If you're watching television, next thing you know, you ate a whole bag of chips. You done ate a whole box of donuts, a dozen donuts. But I'm not good to the donuts. Used to be. But you have to be mindful of what you're eating and what you're doing while you're eating as well, and how much you are eating. So eat healthy as you can. Whenever you think about you want to eat something else, go drink some water, go be active, do something else, do something to take your mind off of eating. And number two would be exercise. A lot of people are so used to going to the gyms and so used to um getting it in with their friends, walking the track or whatever. But there are ways at home you can exercise at home, even if while you're washing the dishes, you're moving to the side, getting some little movement in. Or if you're like me, if you got stairs in your house, go up and down those stairs. I mean, I go so many times, I don't even know. I should have the strongest legs on this side of Georgia, but up and down the stairs, walk in place, run in place. If you don't have a treadmill, if you have one, good, get on it, use it, blow that dust off of it. Haven't been using it for years. Get on that thing. Work your upper body. I don't care if you're doing nothing but stretches, or you may be limited and can't do many exercises because of physical limitations, like me having a rod in my back. There are still ways, there's low impact exercises, and there are things you can do to keep those muscles moving, keep them going. I don't care if you want to lift some food and put it up in your mouth, pick up some heavy jugs of gallons of milk or some cans or something and pump them. There are ways. And so if you have to run around your house or go old school, do some jumping jacks, do some sit-ups, some push-ups, there are ways. And I don't care if you do 3 or 5, but make sure that you are being active every day. So number 2 was exercise. Walk in place. Get on YouTube. Look up some aerobics. Look up some Zumba. Put on your favorite music. Dance. I mean, that's one of my favorite ways of exercising. I'll just dance. So exercise. And number 3, de-stress. Don't let stuff stress you out. A lot of times people turn to food when they get stressed out. Find some ways to de-stress. Do something fun like reading, crafting, something you've never done. Try, whatever your hobby is. If you sing, I mean, go make up some songs. Sing about those dishes you in there washing. De-stress. Take some deep breaths. Breathing. Do breathing exercises. Think happy thoughts. Those are some ways that you de-stress, and meditate. I mean, just de-stress. And so that's number 3, de-stress. Number 4, because believe it or not, I'm gonna go back to de-stress for a minute. Believe it or not, a lot of times when we get stressed out like that, yes, unhealthy. It's a part of being unhealthy because it causes other things to go on inside of your body. I know people, as soon as they get stressed out, it manifests itself physically. You all of a sudden got a headache. All of a sudden you have stomach problems. If you worry a lot, or you're anxious a lot, or your nerves are up, you're stressed, and it causes other issues to come about in your health. So de-stress. Okay. Number 4 is pray. Research says that people who have a personal relationship, or they pray, they worship, it allows them to de-stress, and it makes them feel better, and it brings in those happy hormones, and it keeps you calm and makes you more able to handle life as it comes. And so that is number 4. Pray. Number 5. Let me back up. Number 4 was love on yourself, but I'll leave that at number 5. Number 5 will be love on yourself. Pamper yourself. Take care of yourself. Nobody else can take care of you like you can. You know what you need. I know we can't get to the nail salon like we used to. We cannot Get those feet done like we used to. Do it yourself. Get in there and do the best that you can. I'm they're not all of that, but hey, I sit up there and do what I can do with mine. Um, Whatever you can do for yourself, attempt to do it yourself, and it's actually fun. So pamper yourself. Put on you some soft music, light you some candles, sit in the tub, candles that is. Sit in your tub of warm water, take your bubble bath. I don't know, whatever it is you do. If the sun is shining, get out there and lay out in the sun. Whatever you do, um, just pamper yourself. And last but not least, stay home. I almost said it the way my grandma used to say, stay your behind home. But stay home. Um, so much is going on. It's easy, to just get tired and be like, man, forget it. I'm gone. I gotta go. I gotta get out. And yeah, of course, do what you go where you have to go while while this is going on. But when it's lifted, still be mindful and be careful. And you can go, but make the best of where you are now. Make the best of it. And I believe that everything will be just fine. So again, those tips for you to stay healthy while staying home, staying still, is number one, eat healthy. Number two, exercise. And I gave all those examples. Number three, de stress. Number four, love on yourself, pamper yourself a little bit. Number five, pray. And number six, stay. Pray and stay home. Okay? And that is all that I have for you all on tonight. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some good tips. I hope that you can take it and use it to your advantage. I hope that you go and subscribe here to my page, and that you go and follow me or find me, add me on Facebook at Katherine Holmes Jones, and also you can go to my page, Freedom Speaks. And don't forget to share. And until next time, this was day 3. I'll see y'all on day 4. Y'all have a wonderful afternoon. Peace.